Hello everyone, my name is Kevin, welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing the WWE SummerSlam 2021 review. We're also going to be doing the NXT TakeOver 36 review in about an hour or so. Probably right after this one goes up, you guys should be seeing that, give or take. So for the first match, we have a men's singles match, Biggie versus Baron Corbin. This was added to the show like literally as it started. So there's no prediction from myself nor Jesse for this one. The guest ring announcer that won the TikTok challenge did a very good job. Congrats on her to her for winning. Biggie goes. There's a bug flying around. Biggie goes fast and crazy on Corbin. Lots of big slams by Corbin. Try to kind of take over. Splash on the apron's avoided. Corbin still in control. Slams E into the posts. And Biggie gets a stretch muffler submission in, but it gets reversed. Corbin gets out of it. Hits deep six for a 2 count. Big apron spears. Corbin keeps trying to leave with the briefcase. Gets him back in the ring. Big ending. Biggie wins. 8 out of 10. No predictions. Pretty good match. I'd rather not have seen it though. Just let E have his case back, please. That's really all I want. And yes, he does. Logan Paul's ringside cheering for Biggie, and every single time he got shown, he got fucking booed out of the building. Same thing happened on Raw after the fact, which was very fun to see. I loved getting to watch Logan Paul be booed because, let's be honest, Logan Paul is a piece of shit, and he's not somebody that WWE should be having on their programming. I don't know why the fuck they keep deciding to put him on there. Match number 2, the Raw Tag Team Championship match with AJ Styles and Omos versus RK Bro. This is officially the first match on the actual main show. Prediction was RK Bro for both. Excuse me. Orton and Styles started. Riddle comes in. Tag floating Bro to Styles. I think like Randy pushed him or something. Or I think what happened is Riddle told Randy to cup his hands and then kicked off of his hands and did it. It was really cool. Riddle taking it to almost. AJ's back in. They hit a lot of tag moves. Styles takes down Riddle. Trash talks Orton. Riddle starting to take control. Riddle gets stopped by Styles as he tries to tag Orton in. Gets to him after a kick to Styles. Orton takes Omos down. Goes back to working on Styles. Draping DDT. Sets up for the RKO, but Styles is pulled out by Omos. Riddle gets caught into a chokeslam onto the apron. Omos is sent into the post as Riddle slips from his grasp. Moonsault reverse DDT to Riddle by Styles. Phenomenal forearm is avoided. RKO is avoided. RKO is then hit. RK Bro win. 9 out of 10. 1-0 on predictions for both. Pretty solid match. Very happy for both Riddle and Orton. I like them as a team. They have a lot of chemistry, which is surprising because they're so weird. And we can see Riddle win that championship, so that's very nice as well. Yeah, but very good match. Match number 3, we have a women's singles match. Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss. Prediction was Bliss for both. Eva sucks chance, plus a sign that says Eva Marie is worse than an airport tuna sandwich. We want dewdrop chance. Eva slaps Lily around and mocks her and Alexa. Slaps Alexa with Lily. She screams at her and starts destroying her. Front flip onto her for a 2 count. Twisted Bliss is avoided. Multiple pin attempts by Eva. Kick to the gut. DDT. Alexa wins. 2-0 on predictions. 6 out of 10. Was a match I didn't want to see in 2021. Eva's terrible. Why is she back at WWE? Bliss and Piper both deserve better. Dewdrop gets a mic, announces loudly that the loser of the match is Eva Marie. This will then go on to them officially splitting up on Raw and setting up for a match next week on Raw between the two of them. RK Bro being interviewed backstage by Mario Lopez. Randy said the RK Bro thing. He looked a bit confusing. He looked a bit confused. Riddle has some surprise for him on Raw, which ended up being a huge tag team celebration that got interrupted by AJ Styles and Omos, which led to Riddle beating AJ in a match. And then AJ being hit with an RKO right after. He also had a scooter for Randy, which Randy used to take Omos away from the match, which is very fun. Was there anything else? We haven't gotten to SmackDown yet, so I don't know what's happened on SmackDown just yet. Match number 4, United States Championship match with Sheamus versus Damian Priest. Prediction was Priest for both. Pretty slow start to the match. Control shifting a lot. Suicide dive by Priest takes Sheamus down. Sheamus attacking the back of Priest after the suicide dive. Priest with a Hurricane Rana to reverse powerbomb by Sheamus. Lots of near falls. 10 beats to the bottom is stopped at like 4. What a dick. Priest taking control back with a Tornado DDT. Clotheslines by Priest taking down Sheamus. Big kick by Priest from the top rope for a 2 count. The Reckoning is avoided. Takes down Priest. Goes up top. Pulled down onto the apron. Priest hung up on the ropes. Clothesline to Priest. Alabama Slam for a 2 count. Bro kick stopped as Priest gets his own kick. South to Heaven connects for a 2 count. Springboard caught with a pump knee strike by Sheamus, which looked really fucking beautiful for a 2 count. Cloverleaf is reversed into an inside cradle. Heel hooked Priest. Priest rips off the mask. Starts unloading on Sheamus. sent up onto the turnbuckle, spinning roundhouse. Reckoning is hit. Damian Priest wins 10 out of 10, 3-0 on predictions for both. I mean, shit, this is a pretty good fucking starting for me and Jesse. Like, we don't start that good normally. And honestly, what a fucking match. Both of them looked really good. In the match, they looked really great. And I'm really happy to see Priest have the title in his hands. It looks very good on him. Yeah, I'm very excited to see where he goes as United States Champion. Hopefully we actually have a champion who's going to defend the championship now. The whole thing with Sheamus not defending it really started pissing me off. Then they give us the WWE 2K22 announced trailer officially coming out in March 2022, which I've already covered on the channel and on the Twitter. I've mentioned it. More info will be coming in January of 2022. Again, mentioned already on the Twitter channel, or on the Twitter page and on the channel before the video earlier today. Yeah, it makes sense. I kind of expected that to happen. I didn't expect it to be pushed back quite so far, but I definitely expected it to be pushed back a little bit. I was thinking maybe we'd be getting more news around November and then it'd be coming out in like January or February. But hey, I can wait till March. I'm fine with that. Match number 5, SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. The Usos versus the Mysterios. Prediction was the Usos for both. Ray starting off with Jimmy, 619 off the bat, avoided. Kicks him by sliding through the bottom rope. Jay is sent out by Dom. Baseball slide splash to the Usos by Ray. Springboard to the Usos by Dom. Diving crossbody to Jimmy. Honors his father. Forgot about that joke. Honors his true father with the Three Amigos. I'm sorry. That joke's just too easy to go for sometimes. Honors Eddie Guerrero with the Three Amigos. Jay is tagged in before the third was hit. Jay dropped down as he goes to the turnbuckle. Backbreaker and double axe handle combo by the Usos to Dominic, which was really interesting to see. Jimmy in taunting the Mysterios. Jay is back in, attacking Dom in the corner. He fights back, taking Jimmy down, but gets dropped by Jay. Dom avoids a suplex, hits a neckbreaker to Jay. Jimmy and Ray both in. Ray unloading on him. Springboard moonsault caught. Tornado DDT to Jimmy for a 2. Senton takes down Jay. Roll-up avoided. 2 count after superkick to Ray. Tag team Samoan drop is reversed. Jimmy is sent outside. Ray is caught with a superkick off of the springboard. Uso splash for a 2 count. Jimmy is tagged in. Tag Uso splash is stopped by Dominic. Takes Jay down. Goes for suplex on the apron, which is avoided. Dom dropped on the apron. Uso splash avoided. 619 by Ray. Heads up. Frog splash to the knees. Super kick to the face. Tag Uso super kick. Uso splash to Ray. The Usos win 4-0 on predictions for both. 10 out of 10. Great match. Great showing for both teams. Usos did a great job in the match. Mysterios looked really good. Really looking forward to the next match that they have. I'm sure there'll be another one down the line. I hope it's not the next match for the titles. I really do. I really hope that it's somebody different for a bit. But yeah, I'm very excited for their next match. Tiffany Haddish interviews Damian Priest and calls the title the wrong fucking name. He thanks her and says he's feeling amazing to be champion. Rick Boogs is out for some reason. Nakamura comes out to rock with Boogs, McAfee, and the WWE Universe, which was a really cool kind of break thing for a minute. Match number 6, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. Prediction was Belair for both. Belair comes out, Cole and McAfee recapping everything from the last few weeks because, showing us the recap every week isn't enough. They have to show it to us as many chances as they get. Greg Hamilton goes on the mic and says that Sasha is deemed unable to compete. Nobody knows why. There's been rumors floating about this for the entire time since. Apparently WWE knew when they did the contract signing. That episode is when they knew for sure, 8 days before SummerSlam, that Sasha would not be competing at SummerSlam. And a lot of people think, somebody on Twitter said very stupidly, oh, it's because Bianca hurt her during the thing. It's like Sasha hasn't hurt somebody during the fucking thing. I wouldn't want to be in the ring with Sasha. Like, fucking A, she ended Paige's career. I would much rather be in the ring with Bianca Belair. And also, yeah, Sasha didn't get hurt in that segment. You can clearly see she doesn't really get hit in a spot where she'd get hurt legitimately. So I think that person's just trying to bitch and moan because they're a Sasha stan. Which, if you go after any Sasha stan on Twitter, they're all going to bitch and moan at you and say that you're an idiot and say you're stupid and Sasha's the greatest and blah, 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 blah. Sasha's okay. Alright? She's meh in the ring sometimes and she's meh on the mic sometimes. She's not that great. Quit your fucking moaning and you're pissing and bitching and all that shit because she's not that great. Most likely what happened is one of two things, which I'll get to the second one in a minute. Most likely, Sasha didn't want to lose. So she just said she didn't show up to any of the live events or anything like that. Apparently, a lot of people think it might be COVID, which this is the second time she's been rumored to have COVID in the last year, so who really knows? There's about a million different things, and as far as I know, we still don't know the actual answer to why Sasha did not show up to Money in the Bank. Greg then says she'll defend the championship against the most beautiful woman in all of WWE, Carmella. Oh, that's a disappointment. Bianca grabs the mic, gets poised to say something. I'd honestly much rather see Sasha out here at this point. Bianca says Sasha's going to get what's coming to her sooner or later. And as Carmella and Bianca are getting ready to start the match, we hear a very familiar "oh" sound as out comes the man. She is back. Becky fucking Lynch is back. And the fans lost their fucking minds. Like, I'm not even kidding. I loved it. I loved every single thing about it. Seeing Becky back was such a fucking insane thing for me, because I was like, well, you know, it could happen, because this whole weekend was like overshadowed by the fact that CM Punk's probably returning to wrestling, and nobody ever thought, like, okay, we're gonna see somebody else come back. You know what I mean? Like, you know, nobody ever thought, oh yeah, we'll see other people come back this week. No, the only person we ever thought was coming back besides CM Punk was potentially Daniel Bryan, and I just sat there like, okay, I mean, it's kind of a nice weekend, but whatever, you know. And then Becky comes back to save us from Carmella versus Bianca Belair, which is like very, very nice of her to save us from that bullshit. Fucking desk is so fucked up. I gotta fix that screw at some point. Basically, for those of you wondering why my desk is fucked up, one of the screws is like crooked and catches the wheel to pull the piece out. God, I've missed her. The fucking pop was insane. Fans chanting for her. She's so touched. I'm so happy that she's back. She kicks Carmella away, throws her out of the ring, says she'll be back to Bianca. That velvety smooth Irish accent. Gods, I've missed it. And yeah, it's now officially Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair as Becky challenges her. She punches her once, hits the manhandle slam. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 on prediction, 6 out of 10. I mean, like, I'm extremely happy that Becky's back, but really, a squash match on Bellaire? That's kind of shit. Like, Sasha, I could see deserving that, but Bianca? What the fuck, WWE? What the hell was your thinking here? And apparently it's because they want to have Becky build up Bianca. And Becky is officially heel, for those of you wondering. Yes, the most over babyface in the last 2.5 years comes back to loud crowd pop and gets turned heel. Fans were also not very happy about it. They were all very pissed off. And yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I was very happy to see Becky come back, and then just very pissed off because she won the championship in that fashion. And, yeah, so, what are you going to do? You know, it happens, but it was such a dumb situation for it to happen that way. They announced that in October they'll be back in Blood Money, sorry, I mean Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, sorry, for Crown Jewel, which has a rumored match that I'm actually excited to see, which I'll get to in a minute. And then Olympic gold medalists Gable Steveson and Tamyra Mensah Stock, I have so much trouble saying her name, come out and they get cheers from the fans. Apparently both of them want to be in the WWE, so it's looking like both of them might end up being in the WWE fairly soon, which is kind of cool. Then they announced in a very interesting promo that September 26th will be Extreme Rules, which, hey, sweet, Extreme Rules, fuck yeah, that's nice. Very happy for that. I'm ready. I miss Extreme Rules. It's one of my favorite pay-per-views. Match number 7, men's singles match, Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. Prediction was McIntyre for both. Now this is the match that should have been a squash match, not Lynch versus Bellaire. Not to mention, this match, if you guys are paying close attention, has gone on after the Raw Tag Team Championship match, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, the SmackDown Women's Championship match, and the United States Championship match. Really? This match deserved to go on at this point instead of all those championship matches. This match should have been like the first match of the show. This should have been the first match of the main show. Or on the pre-show and had 2 matches on the pre-show. But no, you put it on after 4 different championship matches. I just... Also, for those of you wondering, because I actually wanted to talk about this, the match between Becky and Bianca went 26 seconds. 26. This match goes 4 minutes and 40 seconds. They give 4 minutes and 40 seconds to Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre. A match nobody wanted to see. Hell, they gave 3 minutes and 50 seconds to Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie that nobody wanted to see. What the fuck, WWE? You give 26 seconds to the match people are actually excited for, but 2 matches nobody wants to fucking see, you give over 3 minutes. What the fuck? Explain, like, I can't explain that. That makes no fucking sense. Claymore countdown, the minute he hears 3, Jinder rolls out. Jinder begging like a little bitch. Future shocks avoided. Thrust kick to Drew. This match is getting the Goldberg rule. For those of you who do not know what the Goldberg rule is, let me enlighten you. The Goldberg rule is named after the man himself back all the way from about 2016, 2017. The Goldberg rule states that if certain superstar, in most cases Goldberg, but it can be anybody interchangeable, if a certain superstar wins, the match gets a 0. Regardless of how good the match is, regardless of how good the 2 competitors fight, regardless of anything, the match will get a 0 if said person wins. In this case, if Jinder wins, this match gets a 0, regardless of how good the actual match is. And yes, the same goes for the WWE Championship match. If Goldberg is to win, that match will get a 0. Any match Goldberg's in, when it's involving a championship, you know, I don't really count the Dolph Ziggler squash match from SummerSlam last year or whatever. That didn't really bother me. But if it's any actual championship match or like big match and Goldberg wins, it gets a 0. Lots of overhead belly suplexes to Jinder. Future shock, DDT's hit. Claymore countdown, 3, 2, 1. Hits it, 1, 2, 3. McIntyre wins. 7 out of 10, 5-1 predictions. It's a Jinder Mahal match. It was good because Drew won. He had majority of the offense in the match. But, like, come on. Veer and Shinky come down because they were banned from ringside, which Corey was bitching and moaning about. Like, dude, you know they're banned from ringside. That was already announced, you dumb motherfucker. Drew swings the sword at them. Hopefully that's the end of this feud. I'm tired of it. Match number 8 with the Raw Women's Championship Triple Threat match. Nikki Ash versus Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Prediction, Ripley for both. Charlotte with a Thanos design attire shoves Nikki down immediately. Rhea shoves her. Dropkick takes down Rhea. Monkey flip to Charlotte. Roll up for Rhea on Rhea for a 2. Roll up to Rhea again for a 2. Charlotte throws Nikki into Rhea. Charlotte in control, unfortunately. Nikki takes her down. You know what? Fuck it. This gets the Goldberg rule as well. If Flair wins this match, it gets a 0. Regardless of how good Nikki and Rhea do, this match will get a 0 if Charlotte Flair wins. Moonsault to the feet as Rhea lifts her legs up. Riptide reversed into a crossbody, takes Charlotte down again. Big boot as Rhea takes her down. Second one, Rhea taking it to Charlotte, takes Nikki off the apron. Big boot takes Rhea down off the apron. German suplex to Charlotte as she hits a suplex on Nikki. Missile dropkick to Charlotte for a 2 count. Back and forth strikes by Charlotte and Rhea outside. Crossbody down to both by Nikki. Rhea helps Nikki suplex Charlotte. Charlotte reverses it into a double DDT because of course she fucking does. Charlotte taken down by Nikki and Rhea, and again Charlotte takes control. Corkscrew moonsault by Charlotte to both Rhea and Nikki. Big boot takes Charlotte down from the apron. Nikki attacks Rhea and jumps in with a roll up. The anchor gets locked in. Ripley and Charlotte fighting again. The anchor's locked in on her. Charlotte rolls through it. Figure 4, bridges to the figure 8. Nikki hits a senton down on them. Crossroads. Ripley breaks it up. Jimmy is an idiot. He said, So he said that this is, you break up mine, I'll break up yours. Yes, Jimmy. Rhea did in fact break up Nikki's submission. However, Nikki did in fact break up the submission on Rhea. However, the pin that Nikki was going for was on Charlotte, the same person who had the submission on Rhea. Nikki broke up Charlotte's chance to win, not Rhea's chance to win. Do you not realize that? Do you not realize that, Jimmy? That Nikki didn't break up Rhea's chance to win the match. She broke up Charlotte's chance to win the match. So Rhea broke up Nikki's chance because she wanted to get it back at Nikki for breaking up her chance, even though Rhea didn't even have a chance recently. Riptide counter to DDT, Rhea rolls out, crossbody to Charlotte avoided, figure 4, bridges the figure 8, Charlotte wins, 0 out of 10, 5-2 on predictions. Told you, Goldberg rule. This match was really good. I feel bad for doing it because Rhea and Nikki both did a great job in the match, but because her fucking last name, Charlotte Flair, regains the title again. Whatever. Fuck that match. Fuck Charlotte winning. Fuck Charlotte Flair. Fuck Ric Flair. Fuck anybody with the last name Flair. This is bullshit. There you go, Rick. You happy? You left the company, and now your daughter's getting the fucking push you think she deserves. Oh, wait, that's right. She always gets pushed. Her getting beaten by Nikki does fucking nothing against her because she's Charlotte goddamn Flair, the woman with the most title wins in WWE currently. Do you not realize that this does nothing, her losing to Nikki did nothing against her? You know, fuck it. Fuck off, Ric Flair. Nobody likes you. Get the fuck out of here, you old piece of shit. On Raw, they had a tag match between Nikki and Rhea, who are looking like they're forming an oddball tag team against Shayna and Nia that they won. There you go, Rick. You got your wish, you fucking piece of shit. Match number 9, men's singles match, Edge vs. Seth Rollins. Prediction, Edge for both. Full-on Brood Edge comes out of a ring of fire, then goes to the normal song and entrance, which is really cool. Edge is in control mentally and physically as Rollins tries to stay away from him. Rollins attacking the neck. Edge counters again and throws him outside the ring. Rollins slamming the neck into the post, trying to stay in control, slamming the neck into the steel stairs. Seth still focusing on the neck, pressing it against the ropes. Back and forth offense. Knee to the face as Edge moves slightly to avoid his neck being hit. Edge in control after hitting the execution. Frog splash to Edge for a 2 count. Edge rolling under the ropes to avoid being stomped. Edge with a spinning neck breaker from the top rope. Both men not moving. Rollins dropped on the top rope. Another execution for a 2 count. Edge almost gets the win on a roll-up. Superplex Falcon Arrow combo for a 2 count. Curb stomp is avoided. Pedigree avoided. Edge hits the glam slam for a 2 count, which personally I think it should have ended right there. That would have been awesome if he hit his wife's move to finish the match. Beautiful. Edge avoids a curb stomp on the apron, runs Rollins into the post, spears him through the rope off of the apron. Rollins driven to the LED board and it goes down in the shitty way it always does. Spear counted into a pedigree because people still go for the spear on Seth Rollins, a man who is known to fucking reverse them by hitting the goddamn pedigree. Corkscrew moonsault misses. Spear, Rollins somehow kicks out. Rollins trying his best to destroy the neck. Forearm to it, super kick to the back of the head. Curb stomp is set up, avoided. Sorry, I'm getting a little out of breath. Throws him down, hits the educator, drags him back to the center, reversed, roll up for a 2, crossface in on Rollins, Edge slamming Rollins' face into the mat repeatedly, crossface sleeper locked in, Edge wins 15 out of 10, 6-2 on predictions for both myself and Jesse. Really good match, well worth the wait for it, 7 years in the making, and it was such a fantastic match between the two of them. Edge looked great, Rollins looked great even in defeat. The glam slam by Edge was awesome. I would have loved it if Seth would have either hit the manhandle slam or the disarm her, because I think that would have been really cool. Next July, Money in the Bank will be in Vegas, July 4th weekend at Allegiant Stadium, which is the same stadium they were in for SummerSlam this past weekend. And finally, match number 10, we have match number 10, second to last match. Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Match number 10, we have the WWE Championship Match. We have Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. Prediction, Lashley for both. They announced the amount of fans in attendance. There's 51,326 this year. Pretty good number, honestly. And apparently this had like the most watches and buys and shit as well, which was insane. Miz and Morrison come out for some dumbass reason. Something about it being too hot and dry out there. So they have something called the Dripstick 2000. For some reason, neither of them has it. Woods comes out with his badass Razor Ramon cosplay. Comes out, has the Dripstick 2000. They tell Woods to give it back. Also, the New Day Rocks NWO themed t-shirt. It's awesome. Woods uses the Dripstick 2000 on Miz and Morrison. And then we get into the match. Good. Again, Goldberg rule is in effect. If Goldberg wins this match, gets a 0. Very slow, boring match from the start. Diving shoulder tackle by Oldberg. Body slams to Lashley. Lots of boos for Oldberg. Lashley unloading on him. Look, if you're mega babyface Goldberg and you're being booed against mega fucking heel Bobby Lashley, and he's getting cheered, there is a problem. WWE, take this as a lesson. Stop putting Goldberg in title matches. Nobody wants to see him in title matches. It's annoying. And Goldberg's bullshit thing of, oh, well, if these young guys were anything as strong as us guys were back in the day. Dude, you did 3-minute matches your entire fucking career, and you're boring as shit. You walk down to the ring, and you're sweating your ass off. You bust your fucking head open on every goddamn door you headbutt. Shut the fuck up. Nobody fucking likes you. Just realize that point, Goldberg. Nobody fucking likes you anymore. Nobody wants to see you in title matches. Cool. Come back. Spear the fuck out of Dolph Ziggler. Awesome. Whatever. Destroy jobbers every fucking so often at a pay-per-view. That's fine by me. But you being in a title picture is not. And before anyone says, oh, but Undertaker was still taking up WrestleMania. Yeah, but he wasn't fighting for championships. WrestleMania was the only time the Undertaker was really wrestling. He was wrestling at WrestleMania for one match because it's his thing. The streak has always been his thing. WrestleMania has always been his place to wrestle. Nobody's had an issue with Undertaker being there because he deserves to be there. Because he could still go. He still knew what he was doing in the ring. And he wasn't nearly killing people. Except for that match against Goldberg. In which, because people keep bringing up that match and The Undertaker nearly killed Goldberg. Yes, but Goldberg nearly killed The Undertaker first. Goldberg dropped The Undertaker on his head before The Undertaker dropped Goldberg on his. Okay? Not to mention Goldberg fucking speared into the post head fucking first. So yeah, Undertaker nearly did kill him. But Goldberg should have just stopped the match the minute he fucking donked his head off the goddamn ring post. Goldberg avoids the jackhammer, can't get Lashley up for one. Big shock. Like I said, he couldn't even get the fucking Fiend up for one. How the fuck is he going to get goddamn Bobby Lashley up for one? Punches to the back of the neck. WWE Goldberg is not one of the all-time greats. Stop fucking trying to lie to us. He's a 3-minute little bitch. Stop trying to rewrite history, okay? Boos as Goldberg sets up for the spear. Lots of boos. MVP pulls Lashley out of the ring. Spears Lashley outside the ring. Lashley gets out of the ring as Goldberg sets up for another spear. MVP hits him with the cane to lots of cheers. Frontside chop block to Goldberg. Big ass choke slam spine buster. Sets up for the hurt lock. Goldberg's busted open on his forehead. Big fucking shock. Avoids the hurt lock. Chop block again. Goldberg slam knee first in the ring post. Does it again. Yes. Break him. Goldberg's bitching and crying but refusing to quit the match. Can't even stand. Ref stops it. 7 out of 10. Lashley wins 7-2 on predictions for both. Shitty match, honestly, but fuck it. We got to watch Goldberg get destroyed with a chair post-match to his knee. Good. He can fuck off, stop wrestling, and stay away from the fucking titles. Nobody wants to see you winning them. Lashley continues to destroy his leg with a chair. Every time Goldberg moves, he attacks more. Gage comes out to attack Lashley, and he puts him in the hurt lock. Fans lose their minds and still fucking cheer Bobby Lashley. MVP gets him to stop. And you know what? Sucks to suck for Goldberg and his stupid son. Gage deserved that for jumping onto him. And I'll say this right now. Yes, there was no way that Bobby Lashley, without it being scripted, there was no way that Bobby Lashley would have known that that was Gage. That was Goldberg's 15-year-old son jumping onto his back. I'm going to say this really quick before anyone gets pissy and moany about this. Obviously, Goldberg, his son, Bobby Lashley, and MVP, and everyone in attendance, and all the people backstage deciding on this were completely fine with Goldberg's son getting put into the hurt lock. Obviously, his mom was also asked about this and signed off on it before anyone decides to cry and moan. But I do agree with MVP and Bobby Lashley. He knew what he was getting himself into. He shouldn't have jumped on Bobby Lashley's back because, look, I've watched clips of Chris Jericho and Stone Cold and Triple H decimating fans who jump into the fucking ring because you don't know what they're going to try to do to you. And yeah, that's exactly what happened in the situation. Gage jumped on Bobby Lashley's back and he paid for it. I mean, shit, we just saw it recently when Jericho was going through the labors of Jericho. We had a fan there was a fan that came into the ring. I think it was before his match with Nick Gage, and fucking Jericho just started unloading on him, dude. It was fucking insane. That's what happens. Don't jump into the ring unless you're prepared for the consequences of your actions. And yeah, this was a scripted situation, but still, be prepared for the consequences of your actions. Plain and simple. But most likely this is just going to set up for Goldberg to probably win the title at Saudi Arabia, which again, I don't watch the Saudi shows. I don't predict the Saudi shows. I don't review the Saudi shows, for those of you wondering. Jesse and I have watched a few of them, but personally speaking, I refuse to really give WWE any more money for those. I have no desire to watch them. I have no desire to see the matches. I can always look up the aftermath on my phone on Wikipedia and just see who won and who lost. Because I have no desire to actually go watch them get paid their blood money first from Saudi Arabia. There was a tag team match between Bobby Lashley and Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest that ended up with Bobby Lashley walking away from Sheamus to set up for a match next week on Raw, where Sheamus ended up losing to Priest and Drew McIntyre after getting hit with Claymore. And finally, we have match number 11, the Universal Championship match. We have the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, acknowledge him, Roman Reigns versus John Cena, one of the greatest of all time. Prediction was Reigns for both. Cena comes out with a Super Mario themed Titantron and shirt, and his shirt has all the title wins on it. I really, really want, it's the first time I've ever wanted John Cena merch because it looks really cool. Just staring each other down, nothing happening. Cena trying for roll-ups, getting 2 counts. 1, 2, 3, that's all I need. Just continuously fucking taunting Roman with that. It was great. Reigns in control, still fairly boring and slow match. Another roll-up for a 2 count. Reigns takes him down with a big clothesline. Reigns trying to end it with easy pins. Reigns in control and being a cocky prick because it's what he does. Reigns throws Cena outside the ring. Well, he's certainly right that Reigns would beat his ass. Cena thrown in the ring stairs, Reigns taunting with the title on top of the stairs. Cena had Reigns up for the AA, countered into a DDT. Match starts to pick up the pace from there. Cena finally taking some control, shoulder tackles, does the taunt for the 5-knuckle shuffle in his face. Reigns grabs him with the guillotine. Cena flips it into a pin for a 2 count. Gets hit with a Superman punch immediately after. Spears caught with a kick, goes for the 5-knuckle shuffle, hits it, hits the AA, 2 count. STF gets locked in, still looks shitty as ever. Drive-by dropkick takes Cena down outside. Cena catches Reigns as he runs around the ring. AA through the announce table for a 2 count. Cena dives from up top, gets caught into a powerbomb for a 2 count. Roll up for a 2 count. AA is avoided. Superman punch is hit for a 2 count. Ooh, Spears avoided. Sent into the post. Shoulder first. AA from the top rope. Should have rolled it into a second one, but only gets a 2 count. Cena mocks Reigns' ooh, gets kicked. Lots of back and forth punches. Superman punch, a second. Spear. Reigns wins. 10 out of 10. 8-2 on predictions for both. That ended up being a very good match for how horrible it started out. It was a lot of slow shit. And then, as Reigns is standing victorious, out comes Paul Heyman's former squeeze, his former beast, Brock fucking Lesnar, looking fantastic. If you guys have not seen Brock Lesnar with his ponytail, it's great. But Brock Lesnar shows up, comes out, staring down Reigns and Heyman, comes into the ring, continues staring them down. Heyman's fucking terrified, calls for Reigns to leave. Roman and Paul leave as Lesnar stands tall in the ring, and his ponytail just looks fantastic. After the cameras went off, he brought John Cena to Suplex City, hit him with some F5s. The Beast is officially back, and I cannot wait for SmackDown to see what happens. Now, this is potentially either going to be leading to a match at either Survivor Series between Brock and Roman, or a match in Saudi Arabia between Brock and Roman, and hopefully it's the former rather than the latter. I'd much rather have it be at Survivor Series so I can actually watch it and enjoy it, because this is a match I'm actually very, very excited for. Apparently this was pushed way up too. Like, this was supposed to be in 2023 at WrestleMania 39 is when they planned this. Basically, WWE has this plan going forward where their plan was Mania 38, Rock versus Roman, let it go into a long tear of Roman as a champion until Mania 39 to face Brock. But then they pushed it forward for whatever reason. I don't really know for sure why. To have Brock come back now and have it be set up for the fall of 2021, which is an insanely big push forward. Total, I give the pay-per-view as a whole 3.5 stars. Best match goes to Edge and Rollins for a very, very close second, being for Reigns and Cena. And worst match has to be Becky and Bianca, which is crazy because Goldberg wrestled on this pay-per-view, but I just didn't like how short that match was. I think if you're gonna do a short match, have it be a match that people aren't really excited for. Fuck, I would have been fine with Bobby and Goldberg being a squash match, with Bobby just fucking going in, hitting the jackhammer, and then getting in the Hurt Lock and boom, that being it. I would have been fine with that. But Becky and Bianca deserved to be a match that went a bit of time, and it just didn't, and it pissed me off. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I will see you all later today, not only for the Hitman 3 video, but also for the NXT TakeOver 36 review. Stay golden. Peace.